So good morning, my name is Sara. I've been a software developer for 16 years. I've been building hardware for 4. Let me tell you how different that is, and if you'd like to learn more, come to my next talk at 2:30, and we can talk about all the tiers that go into transitioning from software to hardware. It's been a fun journey. So I work on a company called Jewelbots. We make smart, programmable friendship bracelets. I can see this room is full of our demographic. It's not. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the folks that we do serve and serving a different kind of community in open source. We have tiny little open source developers, and they are the absolute cutest and just the best. So for this morning's talk, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our audience and why they're so great. I'm going to show you guys the magic of Jewelbots. And for this afternoon, I'm going to open up more into the technology that drives Jewelbots. It's actually a pretty advanced technology. None of the things you guys are wearing right now are as advanced as Jewelbots, not even your phone. And talking about building a C++ API with kids in mind. We have kids writing C++, and they are crazy stoked. And we're going to do some live coding, which is always really fun. Okay. So I'm going to do some questions for y'all. If you could raise your hand if you started coding when you were younger than 20 years old. Well, look around. I want to say that's about 80% of the room. Okay, keep them up, keep them up. Okay, if you were younger than 15, keep your hands down. Sorry, keep your hands up. If you're older than 15, put your hands down. Okay, look around. I think about half of the people in this room were younger than 15 years old when they started coding. That is very cool. You can put your hands down now. I was 11. I was a homeschooled kid. I didn't have any friends. There's a whole generation of us, I think, that became coders because we didn't have friends. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. This is before the internet was a thing, and I discovered BBSs. And that was the coolest thing. So I hung out with a bunch of people that looked about your age, that were about your age, online all day when I was 11, which is, I'm all right. But I think, so one thing I learned looking around, one thing I learned talking to my peers when I was trying to figure out why I was 5 years into my career until I worked with another woman, and another 5 years after that until I worked with another. I started talking to the programmers I did work with and finding out how they got started. And to reverse engineer that to try to appeal to this audience is what we've been working on. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about this audience and why they rule your life. Give me a second, I promise you'll believe me. Who here knows who this guy is? Yeah? Wow, that's like 10%. You guys know who this guy is. Well, this guy used to be this guy. And the reason why we watch him in our movies is because preteen girls found this guy and they were like, this guy is a dreamboat. Who knows who this guy is? Yeah, all right. Well, I am proud to tell you that I was one of the power movers and shakers that turned him into a celebrity when he had his first appearance on Growing Pains, and we all saw something a little inspiring in him. Taylor Swift, we all listen to Taylor Swift. We can admit it to ourselves. Taylor Swift is here because these young ladies decide, you know what, she's actually worth listening to. And bigger than that, Instagram, Snapchat, Musical.ly, all these applications start with this audience. When they decide something is cool, we start using it 4 years later. You don't know what Musical.ly is maybe if you don't have kids, but you will, and I can't wait to see the music videos you guys all make. These young ladies' futures are at risk. We know, I mean, any of us that have been in this field for more than 10 years know, that more and more software engineering jobs are born every year. It is coming down to these young ladies' abilities to provide for themselves in the future. Not only that, but the internet is the largest recording of human history that has ever been created, and it is being built largely by one type of person. And that gives us a skewed view on the things that we look at every day. So this is a very important goal, I believe. So right now, young women are 18% of computer science graduates. They're 19% of the AP computer science test takers. Actually, that's last year's numbers. I think this year got a lot better. We've been working on it. And they're 15% of Google's tech force. Raise your hand if you have daughters. Yeah. Whoa, look around. That is so many of you. Okay, you guys want to be able to retire one day, right? This is important stuff. Okay, so I started looking at the stuff that we build for boys, and you guys get the most awesome toys. When we make toys for boys, they are all about building and creating and inventing the future. And that is so cool. Additionally, the things that we make that are more, and when I say boys and girls, I'm talking about things that are more masculine and more feminine. There are a lot of us that loved Legos when we were little. There are toy companies, they market to a certain audience. So your mileage may vary. So the things that we make for preteen boys, there's also like a lot of stuff for them, right? There's Nerf. There's handheld gaming. If you went to a birthday party tomorrow and it was a 12-year-old boy, I have a feeling that you'd have a good idea of what to buy for them. But when it comes to girls, first of all, the toys that we make for them are all about consuming. There are things that they use. There are things that they play with. They are not about architecting the future. Additionally, now that kids have more smartphones, girls are growing out of dolls a lot younger than they used to. I was still playing with Barbies when I was 11. But now, Barbie's demographic is 4 to 8 years old. When it comes to 8 to 14-year-old girls, there isn't a product that really owns this audience. So I talked to literally 200 girls. And first of all, that was super fun. My job is crazy fun. They will tell you when you're wrong all the time. They will tell you when something is stupid. And they're very opinionated. And I started to talk to them about the things that were important to them. And what I learned was that their friendship and their friends is the most important thing into their world right now. I had some other ideas. I was going to make a bracelet that matched your outfit. They were like, that's stupid. But when I saw them, they were already wearing friendship bracelets. And when I started talking to them about a friendship bracelet that was smart, that would light up when your friends are nearby and send each other secret messages, they started freaking out and getting really excited. So I was like, all right, let's do that. Because the idea is, we see things like Minecraft, and for me it was BBSs, and for you it was, who knows, MySpace, Neopets, an online game you really liked. What happens is we fall in love with a platform or an application or something fun, and we don't, when you're that age, you don't care about the code. You say, I can make this thing more fun. Turns out I have to learn this coding thing. And now, because of things like Minecraft, there are 8-year-old server admins running around, so stoked at their Minecraft servers. And if you had talked to them about coding maybe a year ago, they wouldn't have cared. But when you need to learn it to make your application better, or whatever thing you love better, you do. So that's what we did. We're trying to fool girls into coding. It is working, I promise. We came up with Jewelbots. So Jewelbots are smart, programmable friendship bracelets. They light up when your friends are nearby. So when your friends come around, your bracelets light up. Adults do not care about this. Adults ask me questions like, okay, am I excited because I see my bracelet light up before I see my friend? And what is the proximity of this bracelet? We don't understand. For them, it has nothing to do with that. It's a sign of affection. I was watching Nickelodeon the other day. I don't have kids, but this is something that I do because it's my job. It's actually pretty fun. It was a whole episode about these girls who were saving up for these sneakers that lit up when their friends were nearby. And I was like, yes, we're on to something. You can use them to send secret messages to your friends. No, girls are not using Morse code. Everyone thinks that they're learning Morse code. We're not trying to educate people on Morse code. I don't think that's making a resurgence. What they do is they come up with a secret language of their own. Like, if I send you 3 buzzes, it means meet me by the lockers. Or if I send you 2 buzzes, it means the teacher's looking at you right now, look busy, that kind of thing. I have parents asking me all the time, what if my daughter uses this device to cheat on her test? And I say, if your daughter is writing C++ to cheat on her 6th grade English test, that is awesome. So you can give your device superpowers with code. So what that means is if they write C++, they can turn it into games. They can make special friendship interactions, meaning when all my friends are in the same place, all our bracelets start freaking out and glowing rainbow colors. They do all kinds of funny things, and they are constantly surprising me with how creative they are. So this is the technical part. So they are writing C++, which is wild and cool. We didn't pick C++. I mean, everyone here would be like, why didn't you teach them JavaScript or Ruby on Rails or Scratch or any of those things? That would be great. However, our microprocessor is 4 millimeters by 4 millimeters. You can't fit a compiler on it. So we were like, all right, we've got to teach these kids C. Can we do this? It turns out you can. So we're open source from our ID to our electrical engineering schematics to our firmware to our software. Everything we do is open. People say things like, what happens if someone steals your product? If someone could build a product that's going to get girls coding that is better than the one we do, I really hope they do that. And so our users have their own little open source community. So they share mods with each other. So they'll build a game, they'll build something cool, and they go on our community and they share it with each other, and they learn from each other, which is the best part. Okay, all of our favorite quotes. Okay, so raise your hand if you have a daughter. Wait, raise your hand if you have a daughter and you want to be my friend. Okay, you want to, come on up. Hey, how's it going? What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Michael, we're friends now. Yeah, I know. Look at all these people. Isn't this wild? Yeah. All right, Michael, we're friends. I'm getting married next year. Are you going to be able to come to the wedding?
Where is it?
It's probably going to be in New York.
In New York. Maybe.
All right. Well, we're friends. We're open. We're honest with each other. That's all right. Okay. All right, so here's your Jewelbot.
Oh, wow.
You can take this home with you, give it to your young lady. So we're going to become friends, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to hold down the center button. You got to hold it until you feel a click, and we're going to hold it down for 2 seconds.
Okay.
1 locomotive, 2 locomotive. Okay, so now our Jewelbots are on, they're looking for each other. You get to pick our friendship color. Why don't you hit the center button now? Okay, great. Yeah, so we're cyan friends. So right now, your bracelet is saying, okay, we're going to be cyan friends. And my bracelet is saying, okay, I get it. We're going to be cyan friends. And now, whenever you and I are together, our bracelets are going to be cyan. And so that's our friendship color. So you can go sit down, and I'll send you a message if I need you again. But thanks, Michael. It's great to meet you. All right, so now me and Michael are always attached. And we can send each other secret messages, which is very important to us in our friendship. Okay, so this is my second favorite quote by Arthur C. Clarke. I think that if you had asked me 4 years ago if I could tell you that thousands of little girls across the world, 35 countries, were writing C++ and were stoked about it, I'd tell you you were crazy. But they're doing it, and it's really exciting. So we've learned we have a 44% conversion rate from users to coders. We're about to send our 10,000th Jewelbot to the world. So that means since we've gotten started, we have inspired 4,400 new coders to learn, and that is in 10 months. So we started shipping 10 months ago. So we're just getting started. We do live events, in-person events. Those are the most fun because we get to see their little faces as they get really excited. If you want to help, we are github.com/Jewelbots. We do lots of things. Feel free to reach out to me directly. And if you want to get one of these things, let me know. I'll send you a discount code. We're just trying to get these out to as many people as possible. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and really enjoy your All Things Open.